dollars. And so I was depositing all the quarters I had and the change. And I lacked 25 cents, or I lacked like 10 cents to complete the money on the coin box. And so the lady from the motel I was at, she was right by her office where this phone was. And I asked her, I said, can I use a quarter real quick, please? And I'll give it right back to you. So I put the quarter in, so then she rung the number. And a lady answered, police department, Fort Worth. And I said, yes. I says, I would like to tell you something. I says, there's going to be somebody killed in Fort Worth today sometimes. And she said, well, what do you mean, assassination? And I said, well, I don't know what you would call it. I'm saying somebody's going to get shot in Fort Worth. And I hung up the phone just immediately. And I went back to my motel room. I went and gave the lady $1 for the quarters she gave me. And I went back to the motel room. My wife was all packed and ready to go. And we left out. And we got quite a ways that day before we got the news that it was Kennedy. And I swear on All Holy, I'm swearing on my background in my life that I made that call to Fort Worth. And what I think happened that day in Fort Worth, I think the police put Kennedy as one to be shot, or somebody in his group, I don't know. And anyway, I think the police was all around him, and I don't think Argo or Echo could get a shot at Kennedy. I think that they left the stockyard and hurried to Dallas and was set up in Dallas by the time the unit got there. And I think they just barely made it. Don't tell me why, I don't know. But I think they was there just a split of a minute. And it could have been, and I'm telling you like it is. There's two bad people that hung around the Dallas, Fort Worth, was Ruby and Mickey Cohen. Mickey Cohen would give his life to be the one that shoot the president, but I don't think Mickey had the nerve to make a hit like that. I don't think he was qualified in what he had. He could have other people do it, but Mickey couldn't do nothing. And the only one that I know that would be qualified to do a long shot like that was done was Herbie Echo. He could hit a sight 3,000-4,000 feet away. And I mean, he was good. He was good. And he had the high-powered rifles to back him up. He'd make his own, he would open his ammunition up, and he'd put extra firepower in it. And I tell you, I think that day, the police went in there and was around Kennedy, and I think they dropped it immediately. And I don't know, that I really don't think that the book company there had too much to do. I don't think Oswald had too much to do with it. I know that he was in with the whole thing. I think that Ruby and Cohen brought him into it. And when he got caught, I think that Ruby decided that he was dying, and he screwed it up, and he would just walk in there and he'd kill Oswald. And I think that's what happened. I know that's what happened, but that's my opinion, and everybody else has got their thoughts on it. But this is my thought, and I tried to save the whole thing from happening, and I thought I did. until I heard the blast over the radio, and then by that night, I knew that it was Kennedy, it wasn't nobody else. And my wife and myself loved Kennedy. We adored him. We thought that he was the best president we ever had. And if I knew that it was set up for Kennedy in New York, well, I would tuck out Miller, Eckerd, and the man that I think was the one that paid the money. I would have chucked him out right there if I knew it was Kennedy. I wouldn't have let it happen. But, you know, very few people is in a situation that they know they could be shot. And you wonder about how it's going to be when you get shot. And then I was thinking of this whole thing. I saw Joe Gallo kill people, and I don't like death. Anybody getting murdered, I don't like that. I never liked it. But that is the story. Now I'm going to go over it one more time. The morning that Kennedy was killed, I made a call from Minot, North Dakota, to the police department in Fort Worth. And I told them that somebody's going to get killed. I had no idea who it was. And that was all. And I didn't give the operator very much chance to talk. She only said a couple of things that, like I told you, that's all she said, nothing else. So I believe that, you know, they thought it was a call that was crazy, but they had to put the police force out there. And that's what scared Argo and him off. And I think they're laying in the gravesite in Blanco and New Brownsville. I think the bodies of them two are there, because this is the reason that I'd almost say 100% it was them. I never heard of Herbie Echo again. I never heard of Johnny. Never heard the names from nobody. And they was out of commission, and if they was killed in New York or Chicago or Philadelphia or somewhere like that,